We have you here to walk us through the top contenders. So tell us, let's just start with Amy Coney Barrett. What do we need to know about her, since it seems like she's at the top of the list at the moment?
Well, she was interviewed as a finalist for the Brett Kavanaugh seat, so it's obvious that she was a serious candidate then, and she's a serious candidate now. She is a former professor at Notre Dame Law School and is as close as you can say to a sure vote to overturn Roe versus Wade. If you look at her academic work before she was appointed to the bench, I mean, there is virtually no doubt that she would vote to overturn Roe v. Wade. She does not believe in the constitutional basis for Roe, and that's what really brought her to prominence in Republican politics. She was controversial as a circuit court nominee. She's nominated to the Seventh Circuit Courts of Appeals, confirmed narrowly in 2017. I mean, she is the base's favorite candidate, and there's just really almost no doubt about how she would vote on virtually any issue. She's, a relatively new federal judge. She has voted in a conservative line, not on many hot button issues yet. She just hasn't had them come up. But she is the base's favorite candidate.
I will also say, as a professor, a Notre Dame law professor, she wrote a letter criticizing Chief Justice John Roberts for his decision in the Obamacare case. So we have a sense of where she is on Obamacare, on health care, which is very important. And that's an issue that Joe Biden has chosen to lean into right now and to try to frame this court selection to have it be about health care. It's interesting.
That is true. And it's especially important because shortly after the election, 1 week after the election, the court will be taking up its third challenge to the existence of Obamacare. And of course, this will be the first time that the Supreme Court considers Obamacare without Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the court, who was a more or less automatic vote for upholding Obamacare. It's very possible that the Supreme Court, after hearing the argument in this healthcare case, will do what's called putting it over, which will delay the case until there's a ninth justice. So this justice may hold the fate of Obamacare in her hands. And that's an extremely important fact to a lot of American people.
I mean, the timing is so critical in terms of pre-existing conditions, particularly now in this pandemic when so many people are still struggling with coronavirus, and that's a pre-existing condition. So let's move on.
And the people are, I mean, it's not just the people who have it now, it's the people who've had it and gotten better, right, who will now, if Obamacare is struck down, be able to be denied for insurance.
Bingo. Let's talk about Barbara Lagoa. What do we need to know about that possible pick?
Barbara Lagoa is a Cuban-American. She was the first Hispanic woman on the Florida Supreme Court. She's a very new federal judge. She was just confirmed to the Circuit Court in 2019. Her views are less well known on social issues. I mean, she's known as a conservative. She's a former prosecutor. But she is somewhat more. She wasn't a law professor, so she hasn't written about a lot of issues. She is a politically advantageous pick. She's a Hispanic from Florida. Florida, as we all know, is a crucial state to Donald Trump's reelection. She's probably somewhat easier to get through the Senate, but Republicans and conservatives are going to worry about her, because her views on social issues and the kind of issues that the base cares about most are something of a mystery. And Republicans have been disappointed in the past by Anthony Kennedy, by David Souter, by Republicans whose views on social issues were less well known, who turn out to be moderates.